going on, everyone? It's Matt Deeks here with another video. Appreciate you guys for dropping by. And in today's video, I'm going over week 13, if you want to call it week 13. Honestly, guys, I don't know what's going on with the weekly stratagems or the stratagems for this week. It's been all over the place. We've had 3 different weekly stratagems, so I'm not 100% sure what's happening. Maybe I missed it on Discord page or an announcement, so I apologize if I did miss it. You guys can let me know in the comments below. But on Monday, I released a video, how to beat week 13 stratagem, and it took place on exfiltration. And then now, as of yesterday, or when patch 11 was released, it got changed to obelisk. And then as of this morning, I wake up and now it's on ballistic engine. So I don't know what's going on, guys, but I'm going to make this week 13 part B stratagem how to beat video, and hopefully, guys, it will help you in the remainder of it might change tomorrow, guys. I have no clue what's happening, and if it does change tomorrow, I'll make a part C for you guys. All right, with that being said, guys, if that's been interested in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so I wanted to get the normal one done just because I wanted to unlock the new heroic power fists. And for me, guys, 150 accolade points versus 200 accolade points, but for a way bigger headache for those extra 50 points just didn't make sense. I just wanted to get normal done. Obviously, I wanted to make the video for you guys as well. I will be finishing hard unless for some reason tomorrow they change it again. But guys, these tips will go for both because they are the exact same battlefield conditions, okay? So let's get into it, okay? So the battlefield conditions for this week, we have number 1, we have migraine. So headshot kills explode the enemy, dealing damage to other enemies, okay? Then we have 2, suspicious behavior. Friendly fire damage from firearms and explosive is enabled, okay, guys? We'll get into that in a second. And then minefield. Spore mines spawn periodically and travel to players. Okay, guys, so let's quickly get into this. Let's also talk about the best builds, the best perks, and the best weapons, because there are specific weapons I would opt out of if you're going to be playing this this week's stratagem. So starting off with migraine, so we got headshot kills explode the enemy, dealing damage to other enemies. So this is probably where you're going to want to change your weaponry up a little bit. This is probably not the time for, you know, a pyre cannon or a pyre blaster if you're heavy or tactical. This might not be the best, most advantageous time for a melta rifle or a multi-melta. This is probably when you're going to want to use more precise weapons with a tighter spread, whatever that weapon may be. There's lots of choices in this game, but if you are going to be playing this, I would probably opt for one of those weapons versus a more wider spread weapon like a multi-melta, melta rifle, or a fire-based weapon, okay? This tip also goes with the second battlefield condition, suspicious behavior. So friendly fire damage from firearms and explosives is enabled. So remember, guys, if you're using a more precise weapon, the chances of friendly fire is going to be decreased. If you're using a wider spread weapon like a melta rifle, multi-melta, or specifically, really, guys, the flamethrowers, so the pyre blaster, the pyre cannon, sorry, you're gonna increase your chances of hitting that friendly fire and putting your teammates down, which is gonna end up effing up the whole run, okay? So this is where, guys, I would really suggest deviating from what I normally use. I love the melta rifle, and if I'm heavy, the multi-melta. Those are my go-to, but I gave it one run, and honestly, I was just hitting my teammates, and I just didn't want to do that. So I changed it up a bit, and I went for a little more precise weapon with a tighter weapon spread, okay? So keep that in mind when you are loading into this ballistic engine stratagem. Last battlefield condition, it's minefield, okay? So spore mines spawn periodically and travel to players. So guys, with this one, honestly, I can't stress enough, try to pop them off before they get close to you. They will be traveling towards you. So honestly, guys, in the hard mode, I did play one round of this just to see what these spore mines felt like, and they're insane. There's nothing worse, and you will encounter this. You're going to get a Terminus, you're going to get a couple of Extremists, might throw in a few Majoris, sprinkle in a little Minoris, and then you're going to get these Spore Mines busting up your butt everywhere, okay? So honestly, what I recommend, guys, try your best to stay mobile, keep juking, keep rolling, keep moving, okay? If you stay in one spot too long, these spore mines will travel to you, pop off, and you will go down, okay? So just keep moving. If you can pop them off from a distance, get them off before you get even close, because if you're playing on hard mode, one or two of these popping off in front of your face basically puts you down, okay? Or takes off a shit ton of HP. So keep this in mind when you're loading into this week's hard stratagem or even normal stratagem. You're going to feel it both ways, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? As for which loadout I think is best, or which class I think is best, now you're going to be taking a lot of damage, whether it's from spore mines, whether it's from the Terminus that you're going to encounter, the Extremists, the Majoris, the Minoris, but also you now have an additional factor, okay? You have your teammates. As best as we will try not to, it's going to happen. You're going to get friendly fire, whether it's from your primary weapon or your explosives. Also keep in mind, guys, if you're using explosives like a melt-a-bomb, crack, whatever explosives, really, honestly, every explosive, a melt-a-bomb will one-shot. Crack grenade will one-shot. You might get away with throwing a frag by mistake and getting some friendly fire. But if you throw a melt-a-bomb, it's going to one-shot your teammates. So if you're going to use the melt-a-bomb, pop it off, throw it on the floor like you usually do, place it down, and roll away. Obviously, you don't want to get hurt, right? But look before you pop it off, okay? Look beforehand, because if there's a teammate close by, they will go down by it, okay? I actually did that by mistake. I wasn't thinking. I totally forgot about friendly fire. I popped it down. Huge group of Minoris and Majoris. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Didn't know that my buddy was right in the thick of it, and unfortunately, he went down. I was able to get him up, and we continued the run fine. Found him a med kit as well, so he cleared his mortal wound. But guys, honestly, keep an eye out for that, especially for cracks and melt-a-bombs, okay? And as for which class I recommend, honestly, tactical and assault, you're going to be getting hit. Like I originally said in this video, you're going to be getting hit from multiple angles. Spore mines, friendly fire, extremists, Majoris, Minoris, Terminus. You're going to get hit from multiple angles. So the thing with tactical and assault, although they're fantastic classes, they don't have a lot of healing factor. They don't have a lot of built-in perks that heal them. They actually don't have any. So what I recommend is go for a class that has some sort of healing factor, some sort of survivability, okay? So my main is the Vanguard. Obviously, you guys know I love the Vanguard. I also love the Bulwark. These two are fantastic. Oh, guys, if you have not seen my new Thunderhammer, my Heroic Thunderhammer shock build, go check that out. It's absolutely insane, okay? This new build is honestly one of the best in the game. You become an absolute monstrosity on the battlefield. Go check that out. It's one of my, I think it's the video right before this one. You'll see it. Really, really cool video. Are going to be running Vanguard or Bulwark, for example. I recommend, as for your perk tree, obviously you got to be putting on Unmatched Seal to get those health regeneration by 30% for every Extremist or Terminus kill. And you also, in my opinion, guys, again, this is just my opinion, but I really think Adrenaline Rush is an awesome perk. Emperor's Blessing is great too, but Adrenaline Rush really takes the cake. You're gonna be encountering a lot of Majoris level or higher enemies, especially Majoris. So getting 5%, yes, it's not a lot, but they can really stack up over time. And when you combine it with Unmatched Seal, you're gonna be getting quite a bit of health regeneration. Okay, so I really recommend popping those two on, because you're gonna be getting hit from all types of angles. I also recommend, if you're using Vanguard, pop on Fortitude and pop on Launch Restoration. Launch Restoration is huge. So Launch Restoration goes by this. So using the grapnel launcher restores one armor segment, okay? So this one's key. I really recommend putting this on. because it will save your HP and it'll take off armor instead because you have more armor to give, right? So you're not always going to have a bulwark on your team with the, you know, armor regeneration every 30 seconds. So just having this on is almost like that, okay? So really recommend launch restoration. Bulwark and you're not using the shock build, I recommend just putting on a power sword. I use the fencing variant. You can use whatever you like. However, there are some perks that need to be changed. This was my loadout for the shock build, but you're going to want to go back to kind of like the de facto default bulwark build, in my opinion, guys. So you're going to want to put on invigorating icon. You're going to want to put on rejuvenating effect. You know, these two perks are really going to help you. If you got an execution, your health is low, you pop that banner down, pop the execution, boom, you got full health, okay? Or if you have a mortal wound, you have a med kit, boom, pop the banner, pop the med kit, and you got your mortal wound taken off, okay? I recommend those two on if you're not running that shock build. If you are, then there are specific perks that need to be put on. Go check out that video, that specific video, the Thunderhammer shock video for those specific perks, because there's a specific layout that you gotta run this on that will make that build insane. But for this build and for this hard stratagem, trust me guys, you need more healing factor, so pop those two on. Also, I recommend popping focus restoration, so every 30 seconds all squad members automatically restore one armor segment. Very, very important for keeping that armor high and your HP there and saved and alive. But that's honestly it, guys. Sniper is also a very, very good class for this specific run. Your weapons are extremely narrow, extremely tight spread, so the chance of getting a friendly fire is very, very slim if you're using, you know, any of the snipers or really any of snipers, sniper classes guns. So you'll be good to go with a sniper. You might lack a little bit on the healing factor. However, if you're putting like perks such as purification, so manually activating camo cloak removes negative status effect and restores all contested health. This one's really good, guys. If you don't know, basically, let's say you get a big unblockable attack, big red attack by a Majoris Tyranid warrior, and you just can't get out of the way. Boom! That you see that big scary white bar. All your contested health is beginning to fade. Boom, you pop purification on, you pop your camo cloak, you get your whole health back up to where the contested health started to fade, and boom, you got your health back, and then you just uncloak again, and you didn't waste your entire cloak, right? So remember, you can cloak and uncloak as you go, all right? So this is also another great class. Again, the healing factors are a little bit lower than what you would get with Bulwark and Vanguard, but still a very good class. And Heavy, guys, you know, honestly, I can't say much about Heavy. There isn't too much of a healing factor with Heavy. You could be running Conviction and also Fortitude with blanket increases of health. However, with the Heavy, guys, you're going to be, you know, faced with a lot of issues around heavy friendly fire. You know, a lot of Heavy's weapons have very big spread with the multi-melta, with the plasma incinerator. Yes, you could really be precise with those shots. However, there is a little bit of a splash with the plasma incinerator, for example, and then the multi-melta, the spread is just insane, right? So you're going to be hitting your teammates. Could it work? I think so, if you're really careful, but I would probably recommend, if you just want to be safe, run either Sniper, Bulwark, or Vanguard. All right, guys? Guys, I appreciate you watching. Again, I don't know what's really going on with this week's stratagem. Maybe there's a bug, or maybe I missed something. You know, if you didn't remember in the beginning of the video, the first day of the week was exfiltration, and then after patch 11 came out, there was a change, and then was obelisk, and then now it's ballistic engine. So who knows? Tomorrow there might be part C to this video. This week seems to be, crazy, but hey, if we can keep, if it keeps updating, then we get more accolade points. So I'll take it every day of the week. Maybe they're doing that, and I completely missed the announcement. So if that's the case, let me know in the comments below, guys. But anyways, I will see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and all that good stuff. Take care, guys.